Welcome to Porch Play Chats, sponsored by the American Association for the Child's Right to Play, or more affectionately titled IPA USA. IPA USA is a USA affiliate of the International Play Association, IPA World. So you can find information on IPA World and on IPA USA and learn all about our Porch Play Chats, which are one of our efforts to advocate for play in the US, by going to our website at ipausa.org. Up in that top right-hand corner, you can click on our YouTube channel and subscribe. And magically, every Monday, a new Porch Play Chat will appear in your feed. You can follow us on Instagram. You can friend us on Facebook. And you can even, for free, sign up for Spotify, where all the Porch Play Chats, over 200 of them, are being uploaded. So you can find us everywhere. So I'm Deb Lawrence, and I'm president of IPA USA. And with me on the porch is Kim Adams.
Hi, Deb.
Good morning. How are you today? It's beautiful out there.
Yeah, it's a pretty day in California.
We're really excited about this Porch Play Chat because Kim, who's a passionate advocate for play and has over 35 years of experience leading and teaching in early learning environments, is going to take us on a tour of Barren Park Play School.
That's right.
And so we're so excited that she's going to do that so that she can show her camera and you're going to see it full screen. I'm going to turn my camera off, but you'll hear me, unfortunately, as I ask her questions as we view the playground. Okay, Kim, you're on.
All right. I'm going to turn my camera around.
Okay.
It's nice to see everybody virtually.
Beautiful day in California.
Yeah. So welcome to Barren Park Play School. This is world headquarters. Because we're silly like that. Barren Park Play School has been Barren Park preschool since 1974. So this year's our 50th anniversary, and in honor of our anniversary, we have doubled down on play and changed the name of our school to Barren Park Play School. So I'm just giving you we have two basically classrooms we do mixed age. So we have 2-year-olds in with kindergartners. They're not here yet because it's only 7 a.m. in California. And I thought I would just walk you around our space. So this is the first of 2 outdoor classrooms, and you'll see that both areas have kind of a big sand and water play area, and you'll see things to climb in both yards and things to create in both yards. So this is like and lots and lots of loose parts for the kids. So here's another climbing such thing.
Oh, look at the provocations. I love the provocations too.
This is what a morning. That's right.
Right.
So this
Kim,
is what it would look like if you arrived at the school in the morning. Oh, is my video cutting out?
Your video is good, but your voice is cutting out.
Okay. So we have some Wi-Fi dead spots here, so hopefully you talk over it. Okay, Deb?
I will.
Okay.
But what I'm noticing, Kim, is all the provocations that you've already got set out for the kids.
That's right.
And I'm wondering if you set them out the night before or if you get there at like 6 a.m. and get them all out.
As best we can, we do the night before. This yard was set up last night and stayed pretty well overnight. We do live in California, so the weather is pretty mild where we are in Northern California. You'll see this is our backyard space. The front yard space faces the neighborhood, so we do a little more setup in the morning out there to not leave things out overnight too much in the front yard. I'll show you a few more of the what this amazing set of teachers has set up. Just funny things.
Oh, just so creative that where they can just come, figure out what they're going to do, and do they move from area to area freely, Kim?
Oh, freely. Yes. Yeah, of course. Well, maybe not of course, but yes, they move freely from area to area. We believe in letting them use real tools. I don't know if I can zoom. That's a little glue gun station over there.
Oh,
We use
nice.
cool melt hot glue guns, but even the youngest kids can do it. You'll see easels in both yards. And I have to point out, do you see this, Deb?
I love that green thing. What is it?
It's a merry-go-round. You see it spinning. That's from the early 70s, and it's still going because we made things good back then.
Oh my goodness. It
And
looks like a planet, right? A
yeah,
planet in
exactly.
the, oh my goodness. It's
It's
amazing.
yeah. So we used to have like the old, I don't know if you remember old playgrounds with this same kind of metal structures, one that looked like a rocket ship and one that looked like a dome, and our licensing oversight made us take them out.
Oh,
Which is a bummer, but somehow we were been able to keep this merry-go-round, and we're going to hang on tight until it doesn't work anymore.
oh, that is awesome.
The kids were very into Jack and the Beanstalk and planted a bunch of beans, and they've reached the whole roof of the school, but you can actually play in there.
Oh, look at that.
That's pretty fun. And there's edible garden in here, so mint and rosemary, things you can snip and taste. Some fennel, and then another big sensory water play area with lots of, it may not be the cutest, but it sure is a lot of fun.
Oh, you know what it is it's creative and exploratory and exciting.
Right.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
beautiful.
And I mean, when the kids are here, they'll pull out the bikes and they will ride those little balance bikes all over the yard. They will just go over the wood chips and into the sandbox on the path. We have a little kid bathroom there, and I'm going to take you through the school to the other yard. I'll show you the inside
Wonderful.
spaces. We don't use them that much. Maybe I should show you one other thing. You'll see all around the school documentation like this,
Yes.
or like these, the stories of what the kids are doing. And they're just kind of all around. So I'll show you a few others as we go through, but as we come in, we had a whole cycle of silkworms this year, and this is the culmination of the silkworms hatching. But they did a whole making their own cocoons thing if they wanted, paper mache, and the teacher did such a
Wow.
wonderful job of, I don't know, you can see this is the sort of thing, like they were wrapping themselves up in cocoons. This is their playing with things. Anyway, yeah, right up coming soon. So these are indoor spaces. And prior to the pandemic, we were inside most of the day, like most schools. And this was kind of our big classroom with a lot of the manipulatives, dramatic play, blocks, a loft, that sort of thing. And this space was our art studio and sensory space. But when the pandemic, so we can still use these spaces, but the truth is we went outside and we never came back in.
Isn't that wonderful? That is just wonderful.
Yeah, because everything you can do inside, almost everything can be done outside. So we do still have these spaces. We only go inside. This is, our big classroom. And then we have another kind of a flex space where we use it for big body play or grown-up meetings. We're working ourselves through a name change. This is for the adults. We're trying to work with how we might change our logo. So we asked families about what they thought of the school to help inform our logo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's very interactive space. If you can see that eye bolt up there. When we are indoors, we will set up a platform swing from that in this room. So
that's fun.
Yeah. So anyway, this is our indoor spaces. And like I said, we are not inside a lot. But when we are, if it's bad air quality, really hot, or very, very rainy, we will come in. I'll just give you a quick little brief. This is our teacher resource area. And you can see power tools and,
I love,
all the things, our library.
look at
And
the books. Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Look at the
couple,
books.
couple shelves of books and kind of a
Yeah.
library of, it's, this is a working place, but a library of puzzles and activities that we can switch in and out. So that's our indoor space. And artwork is all inspired, obviously by the children,
Oh,
and
wow.
the documentation is as such. This one was a funny one. The kids found a footprint in the sand outside, and we discovered that we think it was a raccoon.
Oh,
And so we
wow.
set up a night camera to see what kind of animals were coming at night. And we actually got a possum and a skunk. And then some of those tricky parents happened to be there in an evening and were caught on camera. You just never know. Anyway, and again, there's, we have all the traditional preschool stuff, the small bathrooms, changing tables. You don't have to be potty trained at this school. And this is our other yard. The children enter the yard through this gate here. In the springtime, it's really beautiful because this purple wisteria plant is just lovely to walk through. But this is their view when they're coming into the school. And again, you'll see some of the setups. I'll walk you around the yard. Our bikes, our little sound wall thing. We always have red, yellow, and blue colored water, and we always have just plain and bubbly water for them to do the color mixing or whatever potions they're going to make with all of the found objects. We have a little
mud kitchen,
little pulley thing going this
pulley.
week. And mud kitchen.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah, with all this stuff. And all of you'll see most of the things we use here are found objects. All recycled stuff. The tires, there's lots and lots of loose parts for them to interact with. These are funnels. And you can see they will just pull out the planks and they will make, they set that there. Tubes and trucks. Have a little tire something going on here. And then this yard has this area for glue gunning and creating. Lots of usable loose parts. They usually will build stuff and then use it in their play.
Of course.
A couple easels out in this yard. This one's like a watercolor easel. The other one on the other side is a tempera paint easel. And then just some weaving. You can see the invitation to come and sit down and explore. We go through masking tape like drinking water. This tape will be refilled a few times a week with the amount of masking tape they use.
Well, and it's so great. It's so great for them building and fine motor and texture and sticky and sensory. Oh my goodness.
That's right. Exactly.
Such a little fountain. Oh my goodness.
The little fairy water area thing. These little solar pumps are so cool. It's not quite sunny enough in this spot for it to really be going full force, but I don't know if you've seen these, but Amazon solar fountain. And then when it hits the sun, it gives you a little water.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen those before.
They're they're inexpensive, like $15 or something, maybe less. This is where parents sign in and out. We do ours through a QR, check in and out. I'm trying to get those lost socks given back to families, Deb. So I created a sock tree. It's ripe for the picking, but I'm telling you, I think that's just going to be, we're never going to match those socks.
It's going to be decoration. That's what it is. Sock tree. How creative is that? Oh, I love they're smashing things with that roller. Is that a hammer?
So it's a mallet and peanuts. We are very lucky. The last 2 cycles of kids, we've had no nut allergies, so we can do things like shelling peanuts. They're invited to paint or do some beading. We're very, very into the babies right now, so we brought all of those out. Catapult is usually pretty popular.
Of course it is.
And then this is our fig tree.
Oh,
And this tree is one of my favorite things of the whole school. It's a really great climbing tree.
mm-hmm.
So the kids can climb and hang from these branches. And in this yard, we nap out here. This is where the beds go under this. Can you imagine napping under that?
Oh, absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And our particular group, I know that you see those vacuums. Those are for take aparts. Lots of crates, the Outlast blocks, and a ton of cardboard. This is our library nook under the fig tree.
Nice.
Kind of set near a dollhouse and some quieter as best we can. You can and when you're outside, you can find quiet spaces easier than when you're inside, I think.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, because you have the whole outside, right?
Yep.
So it's not as
Yep.
loud or noisy.
Yeah. This little area, I don't know if you can read that, got turned into an animal hospital. So 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 we're taking care of animals right now in our little veterinary clinic. And kind of like you would see inside, blocks and manipulatives and yeah, loose parts stuff. At
So,
night, we cover them. And that's it. We leave these out.
okay, so can we tell everyone the age group that is able to come to Barren Park Preschool, the hours that you have,
Sure. Yeah.
whether it's part-time or full-time, all of those things.
Sure. Yeah. So we are a full day program. The kids will be here in about, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. 7:45 to 5 o'clock. So full day. We serve kids from the age of 2 to entering kindergarten. So that could be a 5 or even 6-year-old almost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're licensed to enter first grade, but usually kids go to kindergarten. And it's all mixed age, like I said before. So the 2-year-olds are with the 5-year-olds, and we find that is also one of those. We will never go back to dividing kids up by their ages, because
Oh, yeah.
what they learn from each other is
Mm-hmm.
so like that Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
And what's
Did
so
I answer your
beautiful?
questions? Yeah, I answered your questions,
Um,
right? Full
how
day.
many how
Oh,
many children are you licensed for?
yeah. So we're licensed for 30. We only enroll to about 26 or 27. Our average daily attendance is 24, because that's what our use what we average daily attendance, we try and keep it at 24.
Wow.
So
Look at all that space for 24 children.
I
Number
know.
one.
And our
That is a
ratios, people always want to know the ratios too, and that we are about 1 to 6. So 2 teachers in each group. So one to
wow.
six or 1 to 7. This has been a fun display. We started seeing rainbows everywhere in their art. And so this is a living wall of rainbows. It switches
Oh,
weekly, daily sometimes, with stuff coming in and out, all rainbowy. I'll show
oh
you.
my goodness.
I'm sure
I
you've seen this one before, but there you go.
yay.
A good reminder for our adults, and some
It,
more of our documentation. Yeah. Yeah.
and so when children arrive, and I just want to tell you guys, one of the things that is amazing about Kim is that she wrote a white paper for the
Mhm.
upcoming 50th anniversary white paper, and Kim's is in there, and she has a day at Barren Play School in following one child around for the day. Oh my God. I was like crying when I finished it. Every child was
Ah.
coming down. It was so pretty. And
Well, you know what? It's nice to be able to give a visual to go with that. To go with that
yeah,
paper. I hope I didn't under or oversell.
no, 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 my goodness. And the other thing that Kim is doing is she's presenting at the September conference in Greenville, South Carolina. So along with 94 other people. So if you haven't signed up for the Greenville conference, you need to do that because it's going to be amazing.
It
Um,
is the best
uh,
conference.
it
The
is.
the best conference
It's
of any
uh,
conference.
it's if you're really into believing about children need to play, this is the conference for you. And
Yeah.
so, okay,
Yes.
so any final things this has truly been amazing. I love all the visuals.
Mhm.
I want to be a
The
kid there
playground.
and play. I
Yeah.
uh,
Well, it's a pretty magical place to be a grown up too, if I'm being honest.
yes.
We're
I
lucky.
and so do you have two teachers like stationed in each space and then children just flip back and forth wherever they choose to go? That's
Yeah,
another.
so we have these are like two outdoor classrooms, and the children have primary teachers. So about 12 or 13 kids with two teachers. But if they want to go play in the other yard, they can. They just need a teacher to walk them over to the other yard. And they often do. They'll mix like that. But for primary caregiving purposes, we try and keep them um, so that, a teacher is following about 6 kids a year to really
Mhm.
get to know them, to what's underneath all their behaviors and their development, and how we can enrich our environment to meet their needs and their play instincts and their interests. So pretty much yeah, we keep it to two groups, but the kids can go back and forth.
I think what I hope other people are hearing is that you set up the environment like provocations in Reggio Emilia,
Yeah.
but children are free to choose whether they do those or not. And there's doesn't seem to be in the daily schedule or routine, there doesn't seem to be a rigid time for much of anything except maybe nap and meals. So
Yeah.
can you talk a little bit
Oh,
about
sure. Yeah.
lunch
So
and nap and snack?
yeah, our schedule is they arrive and it's play until we kind of we do gather for like a group time before lunch. So we invite the kids to the group time, and they don't have to stay, but we try and do a group time, like a circle time. And then following that, we have lunch and story and nap. And then when they wake up from nap, it's just play again. So it's a very simple schedule. We do provide snacks in the morning and the afternoon, but it's not a clean up the yard and have, everybody sit down at the same time. The snack comes out, teacher's sitting with the snack, the kids can come over and have it when they're ready. And then
Mm-hmm.
they go back to they can save their work or they can clean up. Yeah. And it truly, we follow their schedule
Mm-hmm.
because it's about them. And so, yeah, we're, I am really more intrigued with calling us a play responsive school rather than a play based school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, been learning a lot about that
Mm-hmm.
from wonderful people at IPA, because that word play based is just so, it's been hijacked.
It has
So,
been hijacked. It has
so
been.
yeah,
People who are trying to have play with a purpose or play based,
yeah,
those
play,
words are
play,
interfering with children's play.
yeah, yeah. And so many people are like, well, we are play based, but we're also this. And I'm like, okay, well, um, I mean, if we went with a good definition of play based, that would be freedom of choice, freedom of movement, freedom of time. That would be Edith Dowley from Bing Nursery School down the road, who founded the Bing Research Lab at Stanford. I like that definition a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
as I said, a lot of places are really loosey goosey using play based. And so we're going with play responsive.
Mm-hmm. And play
Yeah.
responsive is a great way. So
Yeah.
as we're closing out, I want you to hear the things that I really noted. So children are free to play
Mm-hmm.
where they want to play, for how long they want to play, with
That's
who
right.
they want to play.
That's for sure. Yeah.
The value of mixed age groups where children support each other and learn from each other without adult interference or adult structure.
That's right.
That children play, it sounds to me like, for a minimum of 6 to 7.5 hours a day without any restrictions.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
so, as you're listening to this, that teachers plan based on children's interests, like the veterinary hospital or
Mm-hmm.
the rainbow wall,
Yeah.
but and teachers set out provocations as a way to draw children in, but children are not required to do them.
That's
And
right.
and there was like 15 other things, but the other thing I really want to stress is the primary caregiving. So every group has a teacher assigned to them, and that group, maybe 6 children, but that doesn't mean the teacher is with those children constantly and continuously all day, but
Yeah.
that teacher is responsible for observing and documenting
Yeah.
and communicating with families.
Hmm.
And that primary caregiving piece, most people do it with infants and toddlers, but this is a beautiful example of how you do it with preschoolers. So,
Yeah, and
whew,
the mixed age really lends itself to this model because we are with them when they're 2 and we're with them when they go off to kindergarten the whole time they're here.
yes. So
And
can you imagine?
we're,
Can you
we're very,
imagine how
yeah,
deep?
we're very, very lucky that our teachers actually stay. Like we have
Mhm,
a pretty experienced group of teachers who've been here for a long time. And so
mhm.
the turnover for the kids is also, that's another piece that programs struggle with. But I will just one more snippet, and that is, I know a lot of people worry about kindergarten readiness, and I know a lot of people worry about, are they going to be ready to go to school if they're just playing all day long? And the answer is yes, they are. And our kids go off very solid to any school. They tend to be identified as leaders in their school because they actually know how to, solve a conflict and and work with other people. But I will just point out to you, like you saw, I don't know if, well, maybe I'll turn it around, but you can see evidence of their emerging, like that
Oh,
was
yeah.
not a teacher, did not write this. The kids
Right.
wrote this. Okay.
Yeah.
And we don't sit them down and do any kind of, you have to sit and learn a letter of the week or any of that stuff. It just, when it's important to them, they will do it.
Yes.
That's really the truth. And there's tons of books always around. The kids are making books a lot, but that's just, sometimes we get, I know that teachers worry, and maybe that's another porch chat, but like how to
Mhm,
convince parents that a play approach will get them ready.
mhm.
Might
Well,
be
and I
another.
think, well, and I think that that's the thing that's holding people back from doing
Yeah.
this. And so what
Yeah.
happens then is they try to structure the child's development
Yeah.
instead of follow the child's lead and where they are developmentally. And
Yeah.
so then kids get frustrated and you have more behavior problems and
Yeah.
they begin
Yeah.
to think learning is drudgery
Yeah.
instead of enjoyable and engaging. So,
That's right.
you know, we all have really great intentions with children. We want them to be successful, but sometimes what we do is harming that developmental progress that they could make if we were following their development instead of expecting them to follow what we think they should be doing. So all of those lessons in
Yeah.
32 minutes, people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate
there
that you
you
said
go.
that, Deb. Everybody has good intentions. I,
Yes,
I've
everybody
not
does.
I have not met a parent who doesn't love their kid or want what's
Yeah,
best for them. This isn't
that's
about questioning people's intentions. I'm glad you said that.
yeah. And it's a struggle that we go through because we feel like we're under a pressure cooker and a microscope.
Yeah.
And sometimes the research, like the brain research and the research on what children are capable of doing, has actually made the situation worse instead of using that research in a positive way that
Yeah.
says, you need to relax because this is the foundation. Play is how they get all those foundational skills that they need in order to meet those academic standards later. So,
Yeah.
so we've been like, oh, well, oh my goodness, they can learn how to write their name at 4. Yes. And they're going to hate it
Yeah.
because they're not developmentally ready yet. They can do it, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean it's right.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
So,
yeah.
I think that's where we are.
Yeah.
We're conflicted
Hmm.
and we're feeling pressure. And so what's happening is that children are not being as successful as we would hope them to be. So
Yeah. But thank
thank
you
you.
for
I know
this
you have
thought.
children coming.
I do. I do. Thank you for having me, Deb. This was fun.
Oh,
I'm hoping this might inspire some other people to show us their spaces, because I know
yeah.
as an educator, I love looking at other spaces and finding little things to incorporate into mine. So maybe this will inspire some other folks to share theirs.
So if you heard that, feel free to contact me and you can do a porch play chat and show us your space.
Love it.
Kim, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Deb. You as well.
Right.
Take good
Love
care.
you dearly. To learn more about IPA USA, please visit our website at ipausa.org. And until next time, keep on playing. Bye, everyone.
Bye.